Obviously, I was a little skeptical at first. Hey, how is this gonna really work? I mean, I've trained people in the past, one on one, and that's usually what I'm used to. So that was a little bit of a hurdle, but that quickly disappeared when I got to meet you and what you're all about.
We're diving into Chris's interview, how he overcame the fear of having an online coach and getting his confidence back so he can be stronger and have more energy for his family. Let's dive into it. But let's get into it, man. Appreciate you taking the time to chat today. Ultimately, what I want to be able to do is highlight your journey, where you were before joining, what's been most valuable, and any big wins that you've had so far. My goal ultimately is to be able to share with other guys who might be in the same place where you are so they can see what's possible. So, I
Yeah.
mean, don't overthink anything. Just speak from the heart, and let's just start with
Yep.
introducing yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what made you realize that you wanted to make a change.
Sure. My name's Chris Hayden. I grew up in Los Angeles. Right now, I live in North Carolina, and I wanted to make a change, and I joined Kevin's program for myself to make myself better for myself and for my family. It's in all aspects of my life, and since I started, it's been an uphill battle, but it's been very rewarding.
It's a good way to put that. It has been an uphill battle because nothing has come easy for you. You've had a lot of challenges from the very moment that I met you with your. What made you realize that you needed to make a change? Was there like a specific moment that really hit for you where you recognized you had to do something?
No, just the years of dealing with the pain and just realizing that whatever I was trying, obviously wasn't working.
When you first came to us, what was it that you were looking for? Like, what was it the main goal that you were trying to achieve?
More functionality, get back to more athletic movements, less pain, and get stronger.
What did you struggle with the most? Like outside of injuries, was it time? Was it motivation? Was it consistency,
Um,
energy?
sure. I mean, as you highlighted before, I kind of started, as a life transition moment as well. Time was kind of hard, as well as finding, a decent facility. For about 3 or 4 months after we started, we were moving around till we found a good, spot to live. So.
Yeah, and when you talk about time, like a lot of people, I have a lot of conversation with people. They always think that they're going to have more time, and I'll wait to the summertime, and that
It's
time never
never
comes.
the
Like,
right time.
yeah, how did you kind of bite that bullet of about to move? You got some serious pain you're dealing with daily. Like, what made you say it doesn't matter everything that's going on? Like, I got to do something now.
Yeah, to be honest with you, a lot of faith, praying, putting it in God's hands. That really helped. Set the tone, and just getting feedback from Him on that.
So whenever we met, you kind of felt like it was like an answered prayer almost, or what do you mean?
A little bit, yeah.
Before you and I had met, like what were some of the other things that you had tried, or like what made this journey different?
Focusing on what works and not continuing to just throw darts at a dartboard. Being focused on regimented on what really worked. Like I said, I was all over the map trying different things, and putting the stretching and the mobility with the strength training has really it's made a huge difference.
Can you shine some light onto how you do things differently than changing all the things at once?
Yeah, I mean, you give specific exercises, and you were checking in, so you know right away if that's working or not, and you move on to the next thing if it isn't.
And it all relies on being consistent enough so we can see if it's working or not too, right?
Yeah, yep. That's also you got to show up to the plate. Yep.
Just getting that going because it's not easy for everybody. It's not like you sign up and it's like, yeah, dude, I'm doing everything that you say.
Yeah.
If that was the case, you would have figured it out. And truth be told, you and I both know that we're still working through some things. But
Oh
if we
yeah.
don't continue to troubleshoot, we're never going to get any better.
Yep.
And you've been doing an excellent job of following through on your end with the tools that we laid out in front of you to see if it's moving you in the right direction. Maybe you should share some wins on what you've seen since you have joined the program as far
With my confidence. Like I said, I was going through a rough period in life, and it was just a huge boost. And it's talking with you a couple of times about it feels like on some of the virtual videos that you're in the room with you. Hey, straighten your leg out, on that thing or something. It's just, and I'm actually not doing it, so it's like it's crazy. Yeah. So that's been really cool. Obviously, I was a little skeptical at first. Hey, how is this gonna really work? I mean, I've trained people in the past, one on one, and that's usually what I'm used to. So that was a little bit of a hurdle, but that quickly disappeared when I got to meet you and what you're all about.
Love it. So you shared something for yourself personally, which is confidence, which is huge. What about how has this affected like your family or your energy levels?
Sure, energy levels through the roof. last week I did 50 miles on the bike. Spending a lot more time with the family. It's been really good. It's
Getting you back. What's something that you learned early on in our coaching process that has made an actual big difference from shooting darts everywhere to the way we've done things? What's been a big thing that you
Sure. I
learned?
mean, that's easy. Just the accountability, and just it's really a mirror with you. I mean, it's there's no BS. Remember one of the first conference calls we were on, somebody else was having an issue, and you asked me, what would you do, and you said you you got to put in the mobility or do that first before you jump ahead.
Especially when people are first considering joining. A lot of people talk about accountability. Not everybody wants it, but they think they do. Truth is you know this because you're a part of the team, but a lot of people don't know what that actually looked like. What does it look like having accountability with me?
It's like having a brother right there. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It makes it easier, especially when you're going through some stuff.
What about maybe logistically, like if you're not, I talk about having the accountability tracker. Like if you're not doing, if you're not following through, what do I do?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you'll let me know what's going on.
Yeah, call you out on it.
Yeah.
Give you real accountability because I want this for you. You know,
Yep.
I love that. Was there anything that you thought you were doing maybe before you joined, you thought you were doing right, but after working with us, you realized that you needed some tweaking to what you were doing?
Sure. Some of the stretching and mobility work I was doing was, it wasn't off, but it wasn't, the right way. The right form, the right pose, holding it the right way, and then incorporating, the strength work after that.
A lot of guys who watch my content but haven't taken action yet. If you had a chance to sit across from them, what would you say?
What are you waiting for? I mean, there's nothing to guess. Kev, Kevin takes all the guesswork out of it for you. I mean, you really just have to show up with an open mind and burning desire to get to work on yourself and ready to build.
Burning desire to work on yourself. I freaking love that. That's so
Let's go,
that's
brother.
so true. That's so true. Unfortunately, a lot of people are very proactive versus reactive, and they wait for something to happen before they actually take
Yeah.
action. So having that fire within you beforehand is huge. If we fast forward to today compared to when you first started, not just physically, but your energy and your confidence, how has that been showing up for you daily?
Family life, they notice that I'm in a better mood, more productive.
Well, I appreciate you opening up and sharing your journey with us. It's going to inspire a lot of guys who are in the same place that you were before joining.
Yeah.
Keep crushing it, and I
Yes,
can't
sir.
wait to see what's next for you, brother.